Forget the wrecked fenders and the post-race shouting matches for a second. Carson Hocevar just walked into a room full of the biggest names on the planet, and one of them stood up, took his glasses off, and gave him his full attention. That's not a headline you expect from a 23-year-old known for rattling cages on the track, but it just happened, and it might be the clearest sign yet that NASCAR has a new kind of star on its hands. Here's the breakdown. Carson Hocevar traded his fire suit for a suit and tie this week and showed up at the TIME100 Sports Gala in New York City. He wasn't just there as a guest. He made history as the first NASCAR driver ever named to Time Sports Leaders list. During the night, he crossed paths with LeBron James. He also met Prince Harry. Photos went up. NASCAR's own social team even poked fun at him online. And by Friday, he was back at North Wilkesboro Speedway talking about the whole thing like a guy who still can't quite believe it happened. To understand why this moment matters, you have to understand where Hocevar is coming from. This is a driver who built his 2025 reputation on aggression, bumping fenders, making enemies, being the guy other drivers complain about on pit road. That version of Hocevar gets clicks, sure, but it's a narrow lane. Controversy fades, rivalries cool off. That kind of attention has a shelf life. What happened at this gala is different. This is mainstream, crossover, culture level attention. This is NASCAR being talked about in the same breath as the NBA and the royal family, not because of a crash, but because one of its young drivers is being treated like an A-lister. That shift matters for NASCAR as a whole, not just for Hocevar. The sport has spent years trying to convince casual fans it belongs in the same conversation as football, basketball, and global pop culture. A photo of a stock car driver standing next to LeBron James does more for that argument than 100 press releases. Now let's get into what actually matters here, the strategic picture. First, think about how this moment happened. Hocevar admitted he almost didn't approach LeBron at all. He sat at a different table. It took a stranger nudging him forward before he even got close. That tells you something important. This wasn't manufactured. This wasn't a PR team setting up a photo op. This was an athlete stepping outside his comfort zone in real time, and it paid off. Second, notice the detail about LeBron's trainer having a son who races in North Carolina. That's not a throwaway line. That's the moment two completely different sports worlds found common ground through something as simple as grassroots racing. Moments like that build real relationships, not just photo ops for Instagram. And real relationships are what turn a one-night appearance into long-term crossover visibility. Third, and this is the part that should get NASCAR executives excited, Hocevar is 23. He's not a retiring veteran cashing in on a farewell tour. He's a young driver early in his career who just got treated like a major sports figure by the biggest media brand on the planet. If he keeps performing on track while building this kind of profile off it, he becomes exactly what NASCAR needs, a bridge between the sport's traditional fan base and a younger, broader audience that doesn't watch a single lap but knows who he is anyway. Now, is there risk here? Absolutely. Hocevar himself pointed out the danger zone. He referenced how drivers can win race after race and still not move the needle outside the NASCAR bubble. Translation, none of this off-track attention means anything if the results on Sunday don't follow. Fame without wins is a highlight reel. Fame with wins is a legacy. There's also a balancing act every young athlete faces once mainstream culture starts paying attention. Spend too much time chasing the gala circuit and lose focus on the racetrack, and the narrative flips fast. Fans and media can turn on an athlete they feel is more interested in celebrity status than competition. Hocevar seems aware of that tightrope. Whether he can actually walk it over an entire career is a different question. Reaction to this has been split right down the middle, and that split tells its own story. On one side, you've got fans genuinely excited to see NASCAR get this kind of mainstream shine. To them, this is validation, proof the sport is finally getting respect on a bigger stage. On the other side, you've got the skeptics. Fans who remember Hocevar mainly for on-track incidents and are side-eyeing the sudden celebrity treatment. Their argument is simple. Prove it on the track first, worry about galas later. That contrast is exactly why this story has legs. It's not one note. It's a genuine debate about what NASCAR stardom should look like in 2026. So where does this go from here? Two paths. Best case scenario, Hocevar uses this momentum the right way. He keeps building relationships across sports and entertainment, keeps his name in front of casual fans, and backs it all up with real results on Sundays. If that happens, he becomes NASCAR's version of a true crossover star, someone brands, media, and networks build around for the next decade. Worst case scenario, the off-track spotlight becomes the story instead of the racing. If results stall while the celebrity appearances pile up, the narrative shifts from rising star to distracted driver. That's the trap that swallowed promising athletes in other sports before, and NASCAR is not immune to it. Which path Hocevar takes depends entirely on what happens the next time he's strapped into that car, not the next red carpet he walks. So here's the real question. Is Carson Hocevar becoming the crossover star NASCAR has been waiting for, or is this just one flashy night that fades the second the checkered flag drops this weekend? Drop your take in the comments. Are you here for the LeBron and Prince Harry photos, or are you strictly judging this guy by what he does on the track? If you want more breakdowns like this one, the stories behind the headlines, not just the headlines themselves, make sure you're subscribed to SportsWire USA. We're just getting started.